Requested by Jess. You are special. And we're going to have a bit of a read through this one tonight. It's thinking actually about our series that we've been doing on mistaken identity. And I shared this book with us a couple of weeks ago because I reckon it's an awesome one for us to consider who we are. So I'll see if you can actually see the pictures tonight as well, because that's a good part of any good story. The Wemmicks were small wooden people. All the wooden people were carved by a woodworker named Eli. His workshop sat on a hill overlooking the village. Each Wemmick was different. Some had big noses, others had large eyes. Some were tall and others were short. Some wore hats and others wore coats, but all were made by the same carver and all lived in the village. Hi Matthew, hi Crystal. Lexi's here too, awesome. And all day, every day, the Wemmicks did the same thing. They gave each other stickers. Each Wemmick had a box full of gold star stickers and a box of grey dot stickers. Hey, why don't you see if you can find any grey dots or stars and chuck them in the chat, because that'd be a bit fun, eh? So up and down the streets, all over the city, people spent their days sticking stars or dots on each other. The pretty ones, those with smooth wood and fine paint, always got stars. But if their wood was rough or the paint was chipped, then the Wemmicks gave dots. The talented ones got stars too. Some could lift big sticks high above their heads, others could jump over tall boxes, and still others knew big words or could sing pretty songs. Everyone gave them stars. Some Wemmicks had stars all over them. Every time they got a star, it made them feel so good. It made them want to do something else and get another star. Others, though, could do little, and so they got dots. Oh, Emma's giving out the dots. Oh no, I want some stars. Punchinello was one of these. He tried to jump high like the others, but he always fell. And when he fell, the others would gather around and give him dots. Sometimes when he fell, his wood got scratched, so the people would give him more dots. And then when he tried to explain why he had fallen, he would say something silly, and the Wemmicks would give him even more dots. After a while, he had so many dots that he didn't want to go outside. He was afraid that he would do something silly, such as forget his hat or step in the water. And then people would give him another dot. In fact, he had so many grey dots that some people came up and gave him a dot for no reason at all. He deserves lots of dots, the wooden people would agree with one another. He's not a good wooden person. After a while, Punchinello believed them. I'm not a good Wemmick, he would say. The few times he went outside, he hung around with other Wemmicks who had lots of dots. He felt better around them. Thanks, Amelia. Getting the stars going now. One day he met a Wemmick who was unlike anyone he'd ever met before. She had no dots or stars. She was just wooden. Her name was Lucia. It wasn't that people didn't try to give her stickers, it was just that the stickers didn't stick. Some of the Wemmicks admired Lucia for having no dots, so they would run up and give her a star, but it would fall off. Others looked down on her for having no stars, so they would give her a dot, but that wouldn't stick either. That's the way I want to be, thought Punchinello. I don't want anyone's marks. So he asked the stickless Wemmick how she did it. It's easy, Lucia replied. Every day I go and see Eli. Eli? Yes, Eli, the woodcarver. I sit in his workshop with him. Why? Why don't you go and find out for yourself? Go up the hill, he's there. And with that, the Wemmick who had no stickers turned and skipped away. But will he want to see me? Punchinello cried out. Lucia didn't hear, so Punchinello went home. He sat near the window and watched the wooden people as they scurried about giving each other stars and dots. It's not right, he muttered to himself, and he decided to go and see Eli. He walked up the narrow path to the top of the hill and stepped into the big shop. His wooden eyes widened at the size of everything. The stool was as tall as he was, and he had to stretch up on tippy toes to see the top of the workbench. A hammer was as long as his arm. Punchinello swallowed hard. I'm not staying here, and he turned to leave. And then he heard his name. Punchinello? The voice was deep and strong. Punchinello stopped. Punchinello, how good to see you. Come and let me have a look at you. Punchinello turned slowly and looked at the large bearded craftsman. You know my name? The little Wemmick asked. Of course I do. I made you. Eli stooped down and picked him up and set him on the bench. The maker spoke thoughtfully as he looked at all the grey dots. It looks like you've been given some bad marks. I didn't mean to, Eli. I really tried hard. Oh, you don't have to defend yourself to me, child. I don't care what the other Wemmicks think. You don't? No, and you shouldn't either. Who are they to give stars or dots? They're Wemmicks just like you. What they think doesn't matter, Punchinello. All that matters is what I think. And I think you're very special. Punchinello laughed. Me? Special? Why? I can't walk fast. I can't jump. My paint is peeling. Why do I matter to you? Eli looked at Punchinello, put his hands on those small wooden shoulders and spoke very slowly. Because you're mine. That's why you matter to me. Punchinello had never had anyone look at him like this, much less his maker. He didn't know what to say. Every day I've been hoping that you would come, Eli explained. I came because I met someone who has no marks, said Punchinello. I know, she told me about you. Why don't the stickers stay on her? The maker spoke softly. Because she has decided that what I think is more important than what they think. The stickers only stick if you let them. What? The stickers only stick if they matter to you. The more you trust my love, the less you care about their stickers. I'm not sure I understand. Eli smiled. You will, but it will take time. You've got a lot of marks. For now, just come and see me every day, and let me remind you how much I care. Eli lifted Punchinello off the bench and set him on the ground. Remember, Eli said as the Wemmick walked out the door, you are special because I made you, and I don't make mistakes. Punchinello didn't stop, but in his heart he thought, I think he really means it. And when he did, a dot fell to the ground. That's our bedtime story for tonight, and hopefully you guys can all enjoy the fact that you actually get to spend some time with your maker, and you get to hear God tell you that you are special. That's why that book was written. But it's so cool to hang out with you guys. Remember, one of the reasons why we're doing these bedtime stories is because otherwise, I don't know about you, but my sleep kind of sucks in lockdown. So this way it's like, hey, bedtime's coming soon. So hopefully you've enjoyed hanging out.